one photo. Just one photo that Jimin uploaded to Instagram on April 2, 2026. And in less than an hour, the internet across the entire world seemed to go into collective standstill. Not because of breaking news, not because of a sudden announcement, not because of any controversy, but because one mirror selfie from behind the scenes of the 2.0 MV, with a jawline so sharp, a gaze so cold, and proportions so unreasonable, made millions of people forget how to breathe for a few seconds. But there was one detail in that photo that almost everyone missed, something that, once you notice it, will make you look at the photo in a completely different way. And at the end of this video, we'll talk about that. Hello everyone, welcome back to this channel. If you're an ARMY who loves deep dive content and not just a random photo dump without context, you're in the right place. Subscribe, turn on notifications, and let's get into a story that, trust me, goes deeper than you think. Before we talk about that photo specifically, we need to set the scene first. April 1, 2026, BTS released the second MV from their album Arirang, a song called 2.0. Within the first 30 minutes of going live on YouTube, the video had already reached 1.6 million views. Within 12 hours, the number surpassed 8.5 million, trending in dozens of countries. ARMY around the world didn't sleep that night. The MV concept itself was already extraordinary. Inspired by Park Chan-wook's film Old Boy, 7 BTS members step out of an elevator in suits and leather jackets, facing a gang of thugs in a dark corridor. Not with fists, but with dance. With choreography so sharp and synchronized, it felt more dangerous than any weapon. And Jimin, as always, became one of the main focal points. From his comical appearance at the start of the MV, dark glasses, slicked back hair, and a mustache that made everyone laugh, to his transformation into a noir figure with long hair in a suit that accentuated every line of his body, Jimin showed two completely opposite sides in one video, and both were equally stunning. But that MV was only the prologue, because the next day, April 2, 2026, Jimin opened his Instagram and uploaded something. The photo didn't look like prepared content. No perfect studio lighting, no stylist arranging every detail, no angle thought through for hours. It was a mirror selfie, taken directly from the 2.0 MV filming location. Jimin standing in front of a mirror, somewhere backstage, somewhere in the dressing room, somewhere in the corridor of the set, and photographing himself. But the moment that photo landed on ARMY's Instagram feed, everything stopped. In the photo, Jimin was wearing a black suit paired with an open collar. His blonde hair looked slightly messy, but in a way that seemed intentional, as if there was no time to fix it, yet somehow the result felt more alive. And under the light falling from the left, his jawline, that's what made everything stop. Not because this was the first time ARMY had seen Jimin look beautiful, clearly not. But there was something about the way that light fell, the way shadows formed along the side of his neck, the way that jawline felt as if it had been carved from stone, that made this photo feel different from every photo of Jimin that had ever existed before. And ARMY reacted accordingly. Within minutes of that photo being posted, the comments section of Jimin's Instagram transformed into something difficult to describe in civilized language. The comments flooding in weren't simply, "wow" or "so handsome," not at all. It was more like people experiencing a short circuit in their brains and trying to type whatever came to mind first. "I forgot my own name. My jaw dropped and it hasn't come back yet. He just deleted my entire personality with one photo. I need medical attention." On Twitter, X, within the first hour after the photo was posted, Jimin's name was already in the top trending in more than 15 countries. Hashtags like Jimin Jaw and 2.0 Jimin and Mirror Selfie Jimin flooded timelines. Photo edits multiplied, contrast boosted, jaw zoomed in. Two photos placed side by side to prove that yes, this was indeed the same Jimin who was wearing the comical mustache in the MV just that morning. TikTok was no different. Videos that simply displayed the photo with various filters, various background music, various reactions began to circulate, and each racked up millions of views within just a few hours. But there was one thing not many people noticed in the middle of all that chaos.
Because this is the part that almost never gets discussed, and this is what will make today's video feel different from other content out there. That photo wasn't just one photo. Jimin uploaded several photos at once in that single Instagram post. And among all the photos he shared, various styles, various angles, various expressions, there was one whose position was not the lead photo in the carousel. It was a photo where Jimin was not posing, not a sharp stance, not a cold gaze, not his jawline on full display. It was a photo where Jimin looked like he was simply standing. Maybe waiting for his turn to shoot, maybe just finishing a take. His hair a little more disheveled than in the other photos, his posture more relaxed, and his expression, for anyone who paid attention, looked like someone who was inside their own head, calm, serious, somewhere far away. And it was precisely that photo that made so many ARMY go quiet. Not the jaw photo, not the suit photo, but the least ready photo of them all. The photo where Jimin wasn't performing for the camera. That felt the most intimate, the most real, the most him. Because that was Jimin not being a performer. That was Park Jimin resting between two scenes on set. And there is something about seeing that side of him, a glimpse, unintentional, half-hidden among the more magnificent photos, that touched ARMY in a completely different way. Jimin is not someone who posts to Instagram carelessly. If you followed his social media journey over the years, you know that every post of his always feels like something has been chosen with care, not manipulative but reflective, like someone who understands how enormous the impact of every image he shares can be and chooses to share the moments that feel right to him anyway. Remember 2023 when Jimin released his solo album Face? The photos he posted during that period always carried an introspective quality, as if he was processing something alongside his fans, not simply showing off his success. And ARMY always responded to that in ways far deeper than just, wow, he's handsome. And now, in the Arirang era, a comeback era that had been awaited for nearly 4 years, Jimin brings that same energy but on a different scale. He appeared in the 2.0 MV with two contrasting sides, humor that drew laughter on one hand and artistic intensity that was gripping on the other. He appeared on Chu Sung-hun's YouTube channel in Jimjilbang attire, cleaning a stranger's ears with his wide smile. He appeared in Rendezvous Hair Salon wearing a hair cap and salon gown while guiding social dance instructions. And then, on Instagram, he posted a mirror selfie in a black suit with a jawline that made the world forget how to breathe. Jimin has never been predictable, and that is precisely why everything he does always feels like an event. What was even more surprising was the response from international media to this photo. It wasn't only ARMY who reacted. Star News Korea specifically published an article discussing the photo with a headline using the word perfect, and that is not a standard easily achieved even by top-tier Korean celebrities. The article described how the behind-the-scenes photos Jimin shared showcased the perfect atmosphere across the different styles he presented, from blonde hair with a black jacket to a suit that highlighted his rare physical proportions. And why are those proportions called rare? Because in the K-pop industry, where physical standards are already extraordinarily high, Jimin still exists at his own level that is difficult to categorize. His height is not what is typically held up as the ideal standard in this industry, but the way he fills a room, the way he stands, the way he moves, the way he directs his energy makes anyone around him in the same frame as him feel as though they are starring in a film he wrote himself. And that mirror selfie captured all of that in one image, without a professional camera, without prepared lighting, without a photographer. Just Jimin, a mirror, and one camera button. Jimin has been in the industry for 13 years. He has stood on the biggest stages in the world. He achieved #1 on the Billboard Hot 100 as a solo artist in 2023, with Like Crazy, becoming the first Korean artist to do so. He has performed at the Grammys. He has been a global ambassador for Dior. He has done everything. But one thing that has never changed about Jimin through all those years is this: he always gives more than what is asked. In the 2.0 MV, his job was to appear alongside 7 other members in group choreography. He did that, and he did it in a way that made him the only one ARMY talked about for days afterward. In his Instagram post, his job was to share a small behind-the-scenes moment. He did that, and he chose photos that didn't just make people admire, but made people feel something. Not just impressed, but feel. And the difference between those two things, between making people admire and making people feel, is what makes Jimin who he is. That photo was not just a mirror selfie from the 2.0 MV filming location. That photo was proof that even in the most casual moment imaginable, standing in front of a mirror on set, waiting for the next scene to begin, Jimin cannot help but be someone who fills every frame with something that cannot quite be fully explained in words. And ARMY, who have followed him for years, felt all of that, without anyone needing to explain it, without anyone needing to analyze it. They simply looked, and they couldn't breathe. So now, I want to ask you, among all the photos of Jimin that have ever existed, from the BTS debut era, the Love Yourself era, the Proof era, the Solo Face era, all the way to the current Arirang era, which photo do you think is the most Jimin? Not the most perfect photo, but the photo that feels most like the real Jimin. Write it in the comments. I genuinely want to know your answer, and I'm sure we'll all find very different answers from one another. And if this video made you feel something, or at least made you want to open Jimin's Instagram right now to look at that photo again, share it with one ARMY you know. One small share from you means so much to this channel. Like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss when we dive even deeper into the Arirang era, including the Goyang premiere concert that is coming soon and will change everything. See you in the next video. ARMY, we purple you.